Hello there guys, this is yet another video from Andy's Tech Guide. Today I'm gonna be covering the Linux file permission and ownership system, something that is very specific and very essential to Linux. Yeah, in Linux or Unix, everything is considered a file. So directories are files, hard drives are files, and even devices like Android phones are considered files. So you have to have a way to control who can access these files, who can write to these files, who can execute maybe a script or something like that. So yeah, um, and this is very useful because it can help you to use Linux in the future. Okay. As you can see, I'm running a VirtualBox here of Ubuntu Linux. This is a 32-bit edition. Okay, so let's just dive in. I am in my home folder right now for the user Anders. So I'm just gonna go ahead and create a script. We're gonna call that server.sh. I'm gonna create it as the user Anders. If you don't know how to create bash scripts, I'm gonna do a video about it, or you can search the internet, for example. This is nothing important. It's just for demonstrational purposes. Okay, and we're just gonna remove that, and now you can see I have the file created. Okay, so we're just gonna go out of the VirtualBox and over to my little text document over here. As you can see, there are three different kinds of permissions in Linux. There's the read permission, well, yeah, there's the read permission, there's the write permission, and there's the execute permission. Okay, these three different kinds of permissions all have a letter, and for example, read is R, write is W, and execute is X. Okay, so let's go down here. This will probably look either familiar or pretty weird to you, but I'm just gonna explain what this is. This is a file permission. This line here with all the dashes, and I'm just gonna cut it down and show you how everything works. So these three lines are the owner's permissions, and what you can do here is you can see I have written R and W. R and W, if you look above, you can see that it's write and read. So the owner can only write and read to the file. I have also written an R here. These three dashes are for these three spaces are for the group. So you can see the group is allowed to read the file, and the last three is for other, that would be like something like guest users, for example. We're just gonna give them write permissions. So this is pretty straightforward. Okay, so if I go into the VirtualBox again, right, ls, if you don't know, the ls command is short for list. You can Google it to get other parameters. Today I'm gonna be using -l, which prints when the file was created, the permissions, and the ownership, and the file name. So as you can see out on the left, we have something that looks similar to what I had going before. It says -rv, -rv, -r, -. So this file now has read and write permissions for the owner, read and write permissions for the group, and write permissions for other, for example, guest users. Okay, but I want to change this. How do I do that? There are two ways you can change it with letters. I'm not gonna dive into that because I think it's somewhat redundant, because you can change it with numbers. Okay, so if you want to change it with numbers, you can see execute is 1, write is 2, and read is 4. So what you want to do is just look at my text document here. I'm just gonna go over how to do that. So you can see I want to give the owner read, write, and execute permissions. So what you do is you take all the numbers and then you multiply them together. Or you just add them together. So you can see I've got 7. So you take execute permission, the read permission, and the write permission, plus them together. That equals 7. I want the group to be able to read the file. That's just 4. And I want guest users to be able to read the file as well. So when you have all these numbers, I have 7. Oops. 7, 4, and 4. I'm just gonna put these numbers in a line, so that equals 7, 4, 4. But how do I change the permission? You do that by using the chmod command. So we're gonna go into my VirtualBox again. Then we're just gonna write chmod 775. 744. server.sh, that is the script I created before. And now you can see I have created the permissions. So now I have read, write, and execute permission for the owner, read permission for the group, and read permission for others. Okay? Yes. So if I, for example, logged in as another user, I wouldn't be able to write to the file. I would only be able to read the file. Okay? But so as you can see now, I can execute the user as Anders because he's the user who has access to the server. So I can just execute it, and it says hello. Okay. But what if I wanted to change the ownership of the file? I want Wood to own this script. Then that's very easy and convenient. You just use the count command, and you have to run it as an administrator if you want to mess with the root user. So you use sudo count root.root and then the file, and it's gonna ask for my password. I'm gonna type in my password, and now you can see root is the owner of the file. So if I now I'm gonna try and execute it as Anders, it's gonna say permission denied. If I wanna edit it, as Anders, it says read only, so I can't edit it. Okay? Yes. And that was about it. I hope it gave you a understanding of how the Linux file system works. If you want me to do a more in-depth video, go into something like the sticky bit, stuff like that, just write in the comments and I'll do that. You can also go to Ubuntu's website, the official documentation. You can write a bit about Linux file permissions, or you can just do an internet search for it. Thank you for checking out this video, and if you want to be up to date on my content, just subscribe. Have a nice day.